Captain Ethan Walker stood on the crest of a verdant hill, overlooking the sprawling hybrid city of Elora. The city, a mesmerizing blend of organic Alarian architecture and remnants of human engineering, glowed softly in the evening light. Bioluminescent plants lined the streets, casting a gentle, otherworldly glow, while sleek, modern structures intermingled with the flowing, organic curves of Alarian design. The sight was breathtaking, but Walker's mind was troubled. Below him, the city thrummed with life. Alarian, humans moved gracefully through the streets, their silvery blue skin glinting in the dim light. They communicated in a blend of spoken word and telepathic exchange, their thoughts interweaving seamlessly. Despite the apparent harmony, Walker could sense underlying tension, a discord that mirrored the conflict within his own team. He turned as Dr. Elena Ford approached, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the city. "We need to talk," she said, her voice tinged with concern. Walker nodded, gesturing for her to sit beside him on a stone bench. "It's the Alarian, humans," she began, her brow furrowing. "There's a growing divide among them. Some want to re-establish ties with Earth, while others fear it will threaten their unique identity." Walker sighed, running a hand through his short-cropped hair. Elena nodded. Jacob and Maya had a heated argument earlier. "Jacob thinks we should push for immediate reintegration with Earth using their advanced technology to benefit humanity. Maya, on the other hand, believes we should respect their autonomy and help them on their own terms." Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of Lieutenant Jacob Thorne and Dr. Maya Patel, both wearing expressions of frustration. "We need to make a decision, Captain," Jacob said, his voice firm. Maya crossed her arms, her eyes flashing with defiance. "And we can't impose our will on them, Jacob. They've built something beautiful here, something unique. We should help them preserve it, not force them to change." Walker stood, looking between his team members. "We're not here to impose anything. Our mission is to understand, to learn, and to assist. But right now, we need to focus on the immediate threat." A hush fell over the group as they all turned to face the looming mountain range on the horizon. Beyond those peaks lay Xyler, a neighboring planet whose inhabitants viewed the hybrid society as an abomination. Reports of an impending invasion had reached Elora, and the hybrid society was bracing for war. "We need to strengthen their defenses," Walker continued. "Use our knowledge and their technology to prepare for what's coming. But we also need to mediate between the factions here, help them find common ground." Elena nodded. "Agreed. We can't let internal divisions weaken their resistance against an external threat." Maya stepped forward, her voice softening. Jacob looked unconvinced, but nodded reluctantly. "All right. We focus on defense and mediation, but we need to be ready to act if things go south." Walker clapped him on the shoulder. "That's the spirit! Now let's get to work!" The skies above Elysium, 7, once calm and endlessly blue, now boiled with dark, swirling clouds as the Xylorian armada descended. The once quiet whispers of the wind turned into a chorus of howls, echoing the dread that tightened around Captain Ethan Walker's heart. Today, the hybrid society's existence, the fusion of human resilience and Alarian wisdom, faced its gravest threat. From the command center, improvised within the ancient stone structures of the Alarian humans, Ethan observed the advancing forces. Beside him, the Alarian leader, Arin, whose bioluminescent skin glowed with a soft blue hue, indicative of the stress he too felt. "They are almost upon us," Arin murmured, his voice resonant in Ethan's mind, bypassing his ears, a reminder of the alien abilities that had so fascinated and united them. "Ready the defenses," Ethan commanded, his voice steely as he turned to address both humans and Alarian. Humans manning their stations. Screens flickered to life, showing lines of defense illuminated by the eerie, otherworldly light of bioluminescent plants modified for surveillance. The ground shook as the first wave of Xylorian dropships touched down, disgorging scores of heavily armored troops. They were met with the first line of defense, a volley of energy pulses, a technology birthed from the fusion of human ingenuity and Alarian elemental science. Lieutenant Jacob Thorne, stationed at a high vantage point, coordinated the artillery. A just fire, 15 degrees west, he barked into the comms, his eyes squinting as he observed the impact through binoculars. The subsequent adjustment saw the next volley tearing through the enemy ranks with greater accuracy, the air crackling with the power of combined technologies. But the Xylorians were relentless. For every soldier that fell, 2 more took their place, advancing under the cover of a pulsating energy shield. Dr. Elena Ford, her expertise in xenobiology now lent to tactical advice, suggested target the shield generators. They're using standard configurations. I noticed during the initial scan. With pinpoint accuracy born from Elena's guidance, the next attack made a more devastating impact. Explosions lit up the horizon as the shields flickered and died, exposing the Xylorians to the full fury of the hybrid defenses. On the ground, the Ilarian humans engaged in close combat. Their natural telepathic abilities allowed for a coordination so seamless it seemed choreographed. They moved as one, a living wave of force and strategy, their attacks synchronized to exploit the momentarily disorganized Xylorians. Amidst the chaos, an unexpected development unfolded. A small faction of Xylorian soldiers, led by a high-ranking defector, signaled for parley. Rushing to the front lines under a white flag, they met with Ethan and Aaron. The defector, a stern-faced Xylorian named Commander Varric, offered a pivotal alliance. "Not all of us believe in the cause for which we are sent to fight," he declared, his voice hard with resolve. "We seek to stand with you, to defend this unity you've built." Ethan weighed his sincerity, aware of the stakes. Accepting Varric's offer, he integrated the defectors into their strategy. With renewed vigor and bolstered ranks, the defenders launched a counter-offensive. As the battle raged into the night, the tide began to turn. The combined force of humans, Ilarian, humans, and Xylorian defectors pushed the invaders back. The ground itself seemed to fight alongside them, as geothermal traps, another marvel of the hybrid technology, erupted in strategic locations. In the command center, Maya Patel kept records of every moment, her historian's mind keenly aware of the significance. This battle, she noted, is not just a fight for survival, but a declaration of a new way of life, a testament to the power of unity over division. As dawn broke, weary but undefeated, the defenders watched as the remnants of the Xylorian forces retreated. Elysium. 7 had stood firm, its people united as never before, Ethan standing amidst the survivors. Humans, Ilarian, humans, and now allies among the Xylorians, felt a profound shift. This victory was not just a repulsion of an invasion, but the birth of a new alliance, forged in the fires of conflict and sealed with the promise of a shared future. Captain Ethan Walker surveyed the scene, his heart heavy with a mixture of relief and sorrow. The Xylorian forces had been repelled, their invasion thwarted through a combination of advanced hybrid technology, human ingenuity, and the unexpected revolt from within the Xylorian ranks. Yet, the victory was bittersweet, marked by the sacrifices of those who had given their lives to protect their home. A somber ceremony was held to honor the fallen, both Ilarian, humans, who had given their lives. The survivors gathered in a circle, their heads bowed in respect. Bioluminescent flowers were laid at the feet of the deceased, their gentle glow symbolizing the light that each life had brought to their community. Dr. Maya Patel, the historian, stepped forward to speak. "Today, we honor those who have sacrificed everything for the future of Elysium. 7. Their courage and their dedication will live on in our hearts and in our actions. Let us remember them not with sorrow, but with the resolve to build a better, united future." As Maya spoke, Ethan felt a swell of pride and determination. This mission had been about more than just rediscovering a lost colony. It had been about forging connections, understanding, and unity. The hybrid society was a testament to what could be achieved when different species came together with mutual respect and shared purpose. In the days that followed, the focus shifted from mourning to rebuilding. The combined efforts of the Ilarian, humans, and the expedition team saw rapid progress. Advanced hybrid technologies were employed to repair the damage and improve the infrastructure. Lieutenant Jacob Thorne, with his engineering expertise, played a pivotal role. his skills bridging the technological gap between human and Alarian innovations. One evening, as the reconstruction efforts were in full swing, Ethan found himself standing on a hill overlooking the main settlement. The sight before him was one of resilience and hope. The Alarian, humans and the expedition team worked side by side, their shared determination a beacon of what the future could hold. Elena joined him, her presence a comforting anchor. "It's amazing, isn't it?" she said softly. "How quickly we've managed to come together and rebuild." Ethan nodded. "It is. But this is just the beginning. We have a long road ahead, but I believe in what we're building here." Elena smiled, a rare expression of genuine happiness lighting up her face. "So do I, Ethan. So do I." As the weeks turned into months, the hybrid society of Elysium, 7 began to flourish. The once fragmented community had become a symbol of unity and progress. The expedition team prepared to return to Earth, but not before solidifying an alliance that would benefit both worlds. In a grand ceremony, the first formal agreement between Earth and Elysium, 7, was signed. Representatives from both societies stood together, a testament to the bonds that had been forged through adversity and shared purpose. Lyra, representing the Alarian humans, spoke with a voice that carried both authority and warmth. "This alliance is not just a political agreement. It is a promise to work together, to learn from each other, and to build a future where our differences are our strengths." Captain Ethan Walker, representing the Earth expedition, responded in kind. "We came here seeking answers about a lost colony. What we found was a new beginning. Together we will face whatever challenges lie ahead, united in our quest for knowledge and peace." As the expedition team prepared to depart, there was a sense of bittersweet farewell. Friendships had been forged, and bonds that transcended species had been formed. Ethan looked around at the faces of those he had come to respect and care for, feeling a profound sense of gratitude. Lyra approached him, her eyes reflecting the emotions he felt. "You will always have a place here, Ethan. Remember that?" He smiled, nodding. The team boarded their ship, the engines humming to life. As they lifted off, Ethan gazed out at the hybrid society below, his heart filled with hope. The sacrifices had been great, but they had paved the way for a future that held limitless possibilities. The rediscovery of the lost colony had not only changed the course of history, but had also opened the door to a future filled with endless possibilities. And as Captain Ethan Walker looked towards the stars, he knew that this was just the beginning of a new chapter in human-alien relations, a chapter that would be written with cooperation, understanding, and hope. Captain Ethan Walker stood on the bridge of the Starship Odyssey, gazing out at the endless expanse of space. The shimmering blue and green orb of Elysium. 7 was now a distant memory, but the bond forged with its inhabitants remained vivid in his mind. The journey back to Earth had been long, filled with moments of reflection and anticipation. As the planet finally came into view, Ethan's heart swelled with a mixture of pride and hope. "Captain, we're entering Earth's orbit," Lieutenant Jacob Thorne announced, his voice tinged with excitement. Ethan nodded, his eyes never leaving the viewport. "Good. Let's prepare for docking and alert the council that we have returned." The expedition team gathered in the ship's conference room, a palpable sense of accomplishment in the air. Dr. Elena Ford reviewed the vast amount of data they had collected, while Dr. Maya Patel meticulously organized the historical records and artifacts they had brought back. Lieutenant Thorne was busy ensuring the ship's systems were in perfect order for their arrival. "It feels like we've been gone for a lifetime," Elena said, her voice filled with wonder. "But what we've learned, it's beyond anything we could have imagined." Maya smiled, her eyes reflecting a deep sense of satisfaction. "We've not only rediscovered a lost colony, but an entirely new society. The hybrid culture of the Alarian. Humans is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of both species." The ship docked at the orbital station, and the team was soon transported to Earth, where they were met with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. News of their discoveries had preceded them, and the world waited with bated breath to hear their full report. Presentation to the Council. In the Grand Hall of the United Earth Council, representatives from various nations and organizations gathered. The hall buzzed with anticipation as Captain Walker and his team prepared to present their findings. "Ladies and gentlemen," Ethan began, his voice commanding attention, "we embarked on a mission to discover the fate of the Elysium 7 colony. What we found was far beyond our expectations. The colonists not only survived but thrived, integrating with the native Alarian species to create a unique hybrid society." As he spoke, holographic images and videos played behind him, depicting the breathtaking landscapes of Elysium 7, the elegant architecture of the hybrid cities, and the Alarian humans themselves. The audience watched in awe as the images brought the distant world to life. "These people possess advanced technologies and abilities that could revolutionize our own society," Dr. Ford explained, highlighting the potential benefits of their discoveries. "From their bioluminescent communication to their environmental sustainability practices, there is much we can learn from them." Dr. Patel then stepped forward, presenting the historical context. The fusion of human and Alarian cultures was not without its challenges. There were ethical dilemmas, internal conflicts, and sacrifices made. But ultimately, it is a story of resilience, cooperation, and unity. The council members were visibly moved, their initial skepticism giving way to genuine interest and admiration. Questions flew, ranging from the technical aspects of hybrid technology to the cultural implications of integrating with an alien species. The proposal. After hours of discussion, Ethan presented the final proposal. "We believe that establishing a formal alliance with the hybrid society of Elysium 7 will benefit both our worlds. We propose an exchange program where we can share knowledge, technology, and culture. Together, we can face future challenges and opportunities as united allies." There was a moment of silence as the council members pondered the proposition. Then, one by one, they began to voice their support. "This is a historic moment," Councillor Liang said, her voice filled with conviction. "We have the chance to build a bridge between our species, to learn and grow together. I fully support this alliance." Others quickly echoed her sentiments, and proposal was unanimously approved. A new beginning. Months later, the first hybrid ambassador arrived on Earth, a symbol of the new alliance. The ambassador, named Leora, was a striking figure with bioluminescent patterns that glowed softly in the dim light. Her presence captivated everyone she met, and her message was one of hope and cooperation. In a grand ceremony, Captain Walker, Dr. Ford, Lieutenant Thorne, and Dr. Patel stood alongside Leora as the alliance was formally announced. The event was broadcast across the globe, inspiring a sense of wonder and excitement. "This is just the beginning," Leora said, her voice resonating with a harmonious blend of human and Alarian tones. "Together, we will explore new frontiers, overcome challenges, and create a future where all beings can thrive in harmony." Ethan looked out at the gathered crowd, his heart swelling with pride. The journey to Elysium 7 had been filled with unexpected challenges and discoveries, but it had led to this moment, a moment of unity and promise. As the ceremony concluded and the celebrations began, Ethan found a quiet moment to reflect. He thought of the friends they had made on Elysium 7, the knowledge they had gained, and the possibilities that lay ahead. "We did it," he whispered to himself, a smile spreading across his face. The rediscovery of the lost colony had not only changed the course of history, but had also opened the door to a future filled with endless possibilities. And as Captain Ethan Walker looked towards the stars, he knew that this was just the beginning of a new chapter in human-alien relations, a chapter that would be written with cooperation, understanding, and hope.